want the fame off the name. First of all, you ain't rap long enough to be with me. And you ain't strong enough. So whatever it is you I got you thinking that you Superman, I got the kryptonite. With the mic, that's characters, not even good actors. What's gonna be the outcome? Let's add up all the factors. You whack, you twisted, your girls are whoa. You broke, the kid ain't yours, and everybody you be like, so, I love my baby mother, I never let her go.
While the sun is set, there's still plenty of light in the stadium for this prime-time contest. We've waited all day for this one, haven't we, Brock? It's time for the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight, we'll get a prime-time preseason matchup between our visitors and our home team. Alongside Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. And finally, Brock, we can say it. Football is back. Oh, look at that. We didn't even practice that. Wins and losses don't quite count just yet, partner. But for a lot of people, us included, we are just happy to see games being played once again.
Yeah, it's been a long wait for fans of the sport. It's one thing to have a draft and OTAs. It's another to actually start hitting one another. And I know for these guys on the field, they can't wait to hit somebody else. And it's also the time to fight for roster spots and start shaping your roster for week number 1.
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. There's a dive up the middle. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Throwing from the gun here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. They gain 11 on that play, and that gives him a 1st down. Well, that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's going to bring up 1st down. Back to throw now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it's going to be 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. He's still going at the 30. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down to that 17-yard line. He picks up 28 on the play. And that means 1st down.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. He tosses right to the short side. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Finds him on the slant. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. 3rd and just 2 to go. Here he is on 3rd and short. Dumps it off to his running back. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
And he's in for the touchdown. These guys finish up an excellent opening series. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
They'll set up here for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And these guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Return starts at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And they'll be led out by their fourth-year quarterback.
I know quarterbacks of this ilk sure excite their teammates. They love to see his explosion and that speed come to life. I also know this, Kate. That defensive coordinator on the other side, he did not sleep good all week long, knowing he could do everything right, have the right call. That QB speed is a difference maker.
And this one doesn't go far.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. And they're going to throw out of the gun. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
They call pass on 2nd and goal. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. So now, here's 3rd and goal. He's dropping back to throw. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And the defensive down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal. So they send out the field goal units and try for 3. Oh, it's a fake. They're going to flip it to the kicker. He's going to throw. And in he goes for the touchdown. These guys pull out in front further, 13-zip. Great work by the offense. They caught him off guard with the fake, and they pulled it off to perfection.
Yeah, they sure did, and this is a call that involves some risk. Listen, you're taking 3 points off the board by just willing to attempt this. And then, well, you got to get great execution by everybody involved. In this instance, well, they all came through to make that call a smart one.
That one right down the middle. And his guys drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. And I know it's early, Brock, but you can almost feel that they need some points to keep this lead from getting out of control and build up their confidence as well after drive number 1 ended in that interception.
Yeah, totally co-sign that, Kate, every bit of it. It's an early deficit, but there's still a whole lot of game left. You don't need to make up for it right away. You just need to start to see those chains moving.
Go play action on 1st down. Stepping up, and he's going to run.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But Annette's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Just a yard left to go on second down. This is Grant. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 44-yard line.
This time it's a passing play. Short pass brought in. He's still going at the 30. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run, great tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. They'll send a receiver left. Right here on the carry. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of second down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Second down and 19 yards to go after that sack. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Oh, love this. Giving it to the big guy on 3rd and short. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
You know, how often do we talk about awareness, and it's always offense, offense, offense? Well, this is a great case for the defensive awareness. The ball went to a secondary ball carrier, and the defense was aware enough to cut him down. A big red zone stop.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. This time he's looking to throw. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. 2nd and goal coming up.
At the 7-yard line.
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. Our score, 14-0. Back in a moment with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Time to begin the second quarter, and we'll pick up with what's already been a lengthy possession. They're hoping to convert here on 2nd and goal. Here's the backup, first throw. That one connects. He has the touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Their offense ready to take the field now. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Ooh, my partner is not happy after that one. Throwing entirely off your back foot, Brock. Something quarterbacks normally want to avoid at all costs for fear of, well, what we just saw there.
Kate, if we went back and we're calling games like in the 50s and 60s, we don't see that. Right? So much more fundamental back in the day, but so many of the gunslingers of today have gotten away with it, have so much arm talent, they can throw with poor fundamentals. That time it nearly cost them.
3rd and long for him here. Jump off Popeye's back. And this is not going to do the job. They don't even let him get back to the line. It's 4th down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Here's the snap on 4th. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on down.
Coach's challenge to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
Blown back gets the handoff. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Tucker adds the... BAT. And his guys tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. This makes it up to the 25. Now this offense ready to head back out. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. Offense to the line. Here we go. They'll come out throwing. Completed over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. Trying spinning away, and he lost the football! And he mitigates the damage by falling on it, but still a loss on that play.
You know what? Everybody on the field is going to make mistakes. The key is to clean that up as quickly as he can. Ball carrier loses position.
So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. Chased out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
To get home and hit and impact the quarterback at this level, well, typically you got to do what this defense is doing, and that's keeping an offense off balance. Change up your looks. Rotate your personnel. Throw in some wrinkles. And once again, go hit that quarterback.
The ball is out! And this one goes out of bounds, but whether they recovered or not, it doesn't matter. Possession still changes with a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the lone back on the handoff. Oh, he drops a cut to the right side, and that is a touchdown.
Kicking over a run like that does for everybody, for the play call, for the O-lineman, for the offense, it just gives you confidence that you can call that run again and not expect a little jump, but go get explosive on the ground as well.
Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys break that tie and now lead by 7.
Visitors 14.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Fields this one at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. Here comes their offense out again. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. Offense showing trips outright as they get set for this 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Ooh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play. Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. Looking in the air here. Dumped off to his running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. Second and 10, here's a pass. Finds the in route, complete. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, with out routes or in routes just like that.
They get 19 on that pickup. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to keep them from piling on those yards.
They get there to take him down right around the 41. We've reached the 2-minute warning. These guys with a little more work to do to win it here. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back to throw. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short. Sending him on the dive. He's got the 1st down grab and still going. He does it. Touchdown. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And his guys break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And they're taking the field knowing that they need a touchdown here, Brock. More pressure on them now than they've had any drive so far this game.
Well, our colleague, Charles Davis, has a line for a spot just like this. Pressure, it can burst pipes, but can also create diamonds. Let's see what the outcome of this pressure is going to be.
We'll look to throw it. Brought in right side. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Here he is to throw. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And that's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. Would have been one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing third down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Now to throw. And he got there in time. He's down. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. And they're going to spike this one. No, wait, no, they're not spiking it. They're going to throw. They aren't fooled by that fake spike. They kept charging it. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And they're off to a good start in the preseason, Brock. Seen a lot of players fighting together for the victory. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. This celebration begins for our winners as we say goodnight, everybody.